I'm so awkward right now again.
हमें आपके बेटे से शादी करनी.
Yeah, and like they
Oh
people
my
call her like
God.
Sasuma and all of that. It's
Oh
the
my
weirdest
God.
thing ever because I'm just like, it's so embarrassing. My mom loves it. My mom loves it. She's obsessively on Instagram, seeing everything that's being written about me, every tag, every mention, every edit. Deepika Padukone. My mom makes a lot of fun of me, but like when Om Shanti Om had just come out, and I used to watch her interviews and all of that. I used to tell my mom that, I want to get married to her. I want to get married to her. That's what
It
I used to
always
say.
comes to marriage.
Yeah. So like since a child, I used to say, you know what, mom, I want to get married to Deepika Padukone. My work has been appreciated in Vikram Vedha. The fact that people think that I am believable in a world like that is just, it gives me a lot of courage and gives me a lot of satisfaction as a performer. Towards the end, like I remember the night before the release, I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I literally had a breakdown. I was like, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, because I got so nervous suddenly. I was just like, what if it's not received as well as season 1 was? And what if we fail this time? We've had insane amount of love coming our way, and this is, I would like to hope that is only the beginning. So
yeah,
really looking forward. I think one of the most beautiful things about Mismatched for me is that I've built a lot of relations on Mismatched. And I think one of the most special ones is with Prajakta. Everything has its pros and cons.
True.
While the success would have pros, it also has cons.
Absolutely.
And likewise for failures. So I think I'm excited to
explore more.
Explore more.
Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to News 18 Showsha, and today I have with me the nation's crush and everyone's favorite, Rohit Saraf.
Thank you, Titas. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so awkward right now again.
How are you doing?
I am very good, very, very excited, underslept, overexcited, very, very happy. I'm good. Thank you.
Many congratulations on the amazing reviews that are coming your way for Vikram Vedha and Mismatched, of course.
Yes.
Let's start off with Vikram Vedha. The kind of image, Rohit, that you have, you are the nation's crush, this chocolate boy image that you have, girls are drooling over you all the time. Was being a part of Vikram Vedha also to break that mold and try something new?
Oh, I think Vikram Vedha there were many reasons for me to do Vikram Vedha, and I think there was not a single reason for me to not do Vikram Vedha.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a very conscious decision that I want to do this so that I can break the mold. Of course, that was a part of it, but also it's a very exciting role for an actor.
True.
Especially for somebody like me who, most people, whenever they look at me, they would imagine me to be this urban boy, who belongs to a metropolitan city, lived a very protected life and all of that. That's the kind of image I have. That's the kind of roles I've portrayed before. So this was a role which was completely the opposite. It's also something that I've been struggling to do for a while. Like I've always wanted to do parts that are heartland, that are, close to, for the lack of a better word, rural.
Right.
I've always wanted to do parts like that, but somehow I could never, the makers could never be convinced that I would fit into a world like that.
Right.
So the moment Vikram Vedha happened, it was extremely exciting because I was like, I get to do something different. I get to showcase a completely different side of me as a performer. And the fact that, my work has been appreciated in Vikram Vedha, the fact that people think that I am believable in a world like that, it's just, it gives me a lot of courage and gives me a lot of satisfaction as a performer.
Yeah, I'm sure. What was your mother's reaction when she watched you in the film?
She was really proud, and my mom is somebody who doesn't say a lot of things, like she doesn't express much.
Yeah.
So when she saw it, I remember she saw it, and then after that, they came back home, and this was the screening night. They came back home, but I came home pretty late. Mama had stayed up. This was like 3 a.m. I came home and I met her and we hugged, and she just said that I'm so proud of you, and she got emotional, and that meant so much. And then after that we played like 2 rounds of Ludo and then we slept. So that was yeah.
That's great. And coming to Mismatched, of course season 1 was a raging success. Tell me, what's the review, what's it been like, post season 2, what's the kind of response coming your way?
I feel like the reviews and the kind of love we've received in the first 5 days has surpassed the peak time of season one.
Yeah.
So it's actually very where, and I'm not saying this for effect, but did us honestly, like, we're not, all of us at cast, the crew, we're not able to keep track of the kind of love we're receiving for season two. It's surpassed all kinds of expectations that we had from season two. All kinds
Yeah.
of, we were anticipating all kinds of reviews, good, bad, ugly, all kinds, but there's been nothing short, like, it's just been love.
Yeah.
And it has been so reassuring because we put in a lot of heart and we always wanted it to do well. When we were shooting season one, we were just having fun. We did not know the kind of success it would be, that it was. And then season two, when we went into shooting it, while everyone kept saying that, we have a certain sort of a pressure to meet with the expectations
Right.
of season two, I somehow never felt it because I was just like, you know what, I want to have fun. I want to just enjoy myself while I shoot for season two. Towards the end, like, I remember the night before the release, I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I literally had a breakdown. I was like, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, because I got so nervous suddenly. I was just like, what if it's not received
Yeah.
as well as season one was? And what if we fail this time? But just the fact that, there are so many characters, there are so many tracks, beautiful arcs of every single character,
That's right.
that for the audiences, they have something to take back home. Even if they do not relate with, let's say, 5 characters, they'll have that one character who they'll relate to. And I think that's just incredible. We've had insane amount of love coming our way, and this is, I would like to hope that is only the beginning. So
Yeah.
really looking forward.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your friendship with Prajakta. I mean, I'm sure that's like one of the greatest things that you have received, from Mismatched.
It's a bit awkward to say, but like the kind of fan base we've built for the show
Yeah.
and for ourselves, apart from all of that, apart from what it's done for me professionally, I think one of the most beautiful things about Mismatched for me is that I've built a lot of relations
Yeah.
on Mismatched. And I think one of the most special ones is with Prajakta. She just gets me. I get her.
Yeah.
It's very effortless. We have our ups and downs, but like nothing is forced. Everything just works out. Everything, to say the least, but the most also, is that we just get each other.
Right.
And I think that's one of the most special feelings. When you don't have to say much, you just look at another person and they understand what you
Right.
mean at any given point. So I think
That's true friendship.
that's true
Yeah.
friendship, and I love spending my time with her. I think she's incredible. She's really, really funny. She's mad, and I love that. So yeah, I really enjoy, spending my time with her.
But Rohit, do you think it's possible to have friends in show business?
Oh, what a heavy question! I'm just like,
No, because a lot of things are written about people not being friends and things like that. I just want to ask.
when I moved to Bombay, I was 15, and the only friends I made were in the business, right? Because I've only worked here. I've not studied in Bombay. All my years that I've been in Bombay, I've actually been working. So every
Yeah.
single person that I've met has been because of my work.
Right.
And I've made some really lovely friends at work. Some of the directors that I've worked with, I'm really, really close to. Like Anurag Dada, Akarsh Khurana for that matter. I have a couple of friends who are actors who are from the business. So I don't think it's, sure. I think it's also very understandable when you spend so much time with, let's say, a co-actor or from somebody from your crew while you're shooting for something. For example, Mismatched. We're shooting for 3 months at a stretch.
Right.
You're practically waking up and sleeping around the same time with the same kind of people, for 3 months. It's bound to happen that you get close to those people.
Right.
It's also bound to happen that when you stop spending that kind of time with them, you kind of drift apart. And there's no bad blood or anything. It's just, it's mutual understanding that, you were spending that kind of time with the people, so you were close to them. Now you're not, you're busy in your own lives, and that's okay. To answer your question, I do think you can make friends anywhere. It's just, it's about finding the right kind of people. It's about finding the right kind of connection. And I'm very fortunate that I have found those kind of connections.
Yeah, right. Rohit, the last time we spoke, you said that, you're still sort of trying to understand the, the nitty-gritties of show business. Are you at a more better place today? Do you think you're well acquainted with how the industry works?
Titas, it's a very broad question, and it's a very, there's a lot that goes into film business that I do not understand. And I think there will never be a day where I will reach a point where I can tell anyone that, you know what, I understand everything about film business. Because I have barely just started out.
Right.
3 years ago when we spoke during Sky is Pink, the last time we spoke, we spoke about how I'm still trying to understand. I'm still at that point. Of course, do I understand things better than I used to before when I spoke to you last? 100%. Because that comes with experience. But like your experiences never stop. You know, every single day there's a new experience. Every single day there's a new interaction because of which you get to learn something new about the industry, about the people who are working in the industry, about your own craft. So I think there'll never be a day where I will tell you that, hey, you know what, I understand everything now. But yeah, I would like to believe that I've learned a lot since the last time we spoke.
But can you handle both success and failure equally well?
I honestly don't know I don't know how to categorize something into a success and into a failure. I'm yet to figure that. I think if I were to talk about success, the only thing that I would believe was a success was Mismatched Season 1.
Yeah.
Mismatched Season 1 was definitely a success. We know that was because we came back with Season 2.
Right.
And because for the last 2 years, every single person I met online or on the roads, whoever recognized me, asked me when is Mismatched Season 2 coming out. That for me was success. Right? But is there anything else that I can kind of categorize as success or failure? I don't think I can.
Yeah.
What I do know is that everything has its pros and cons.
True.
While the success would have pros, it also has cons.
Absolutely.
And likewise for failures. So I think I'm excited to
explore more.
Explore more.
Yeah. You know, coming to your tag as Nation's Crush, how comfortable are you with it today?
I get flattered, I'll be very honest. Initially when it used to happen, I used to be very, very awkward and almost embarrassed.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a very weird thing to hear. Like, I never expected that. And it started off with like a few kind of people on social media saying that. And then that grew even more when people at work started calling me that and started teasing me with that tag. And then it started coming up in interviews, for example, like right now. So then it became more real. Then I'm just like, I read one article on like one of the newspapers where the headline was Nation's Crush or something, and I was just like, hold on, this is like, it's as real as it gets. So earlier I used to get very embarrassed about it, but now I secretly enjoy it.
Not so secret anymore.
But I enjoy it. It's really sweet and it's very, very flattering.
We have heard that girls often drop into your mum's DM asking you for...
Oh my god, it's so funny. Like, especially right now during the release of Mismatched or anything to do with Mismatched for some reason, because Rishi Singh Shekhawat, the character I play, is so... it's like a hardcore romantic who wants to get married. My mum firstly has a private profile, as she should. And, you know, people just start sending insane amount of requests, and then they drop into her DM saying,
हमें आपके बेटे से शादी करनी.
Yeah, and like they call her like Sasuma and all of that. It's the weirdest thing ever, because I'm just like, it's so embarrassing. My mom loves it. She's obsessively on Instagram, seeing everything that's being written about me, every tag, every mention, every edit. It's sweet, but like it's damn embarrassing, because my mom also enjoys it and she makes fun of me with that. Like she teases me with that. So, yeah.
Is there room for love though?
There's always room for love. You can't ever be at least I can't ever be at a point where I'm just like, you know what, I don't want love. I mean, there's always room for love. Is there love? No, there isn't, which is also okay for now.
Okay, great. But Rohit, before we let you go, we'll do a quick... we have a few questions that we want to ask you. Your firsts, all your firsts.
Okay, done. Yeah.
Very quickly, okay?
Okay.
Your first audition.
My first audition, what was it for?
How did it go?
Oh, it was horrible. Like? Oh God, it was horrible. The casting director also laughed at me behind the camera while he was like, it was really bad. It was for Perk or Munch, one of these brands, back when I was in Delhi and I was like 15 years old. It was really bad.
Okay, your first date.
My first date, like proper date, which was said in so many words that, hey, you know what, it's a date,
Yeah.
was in 2019.
Abhi
It's like now,
matlab.
yeah.
Okay. Did it go well?
It went really well.
Great. Your first paycheck.
First paycheck was also 2015 when I was in Delhi. It was for a brand in Delhi, Delhi-based brand. It was a clothing brand, and I did like a photo shoot for them. So it was that, yeah.
Do you want to tell us how much was that?
Oh, it was 4,000 rupees.
Oh,
Yeah,
not bad.
yeah.
Okay, the first person you spoke to today.
First person I spoke to today physically was my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's living with you right
Yeah.
now. Okay.
And on text, it was my manager, Kim.
The first Bollywood actor you had a crush on.
Deepika Padukone. My mom makes a lot of fun of me, but like when Om Shanti Om had just come out and I used to watch her interviews and all of that, I used to tell my mom that, I want to get married to her. I want to get married to her. That's what
It
I used to
always
say, yeah.
comes to marriage.
Yeah.
no?
Or, so like since a child, I used to say, you know what, mom, I want to get married to Deepika Padukone. And I remember it was such a joke in my house, and she got married to Ranveer Singh. She's like, oh no, now you're going to die single. I was like, stop it. I've grown up now, and I understand what reality is.
Your first car.
My first car was
Yeah.
an i20 Active.
Mm-hmm. Your first international trip.
First international trip was Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your first tattoo.
My first tattoo was this one. It's called Suresh, and
Okay.
there's a star over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. The first time you were ever starstruck.
The first time I was ever starstruck was when I saw Vidya Balan at the screening of Sky is Pink. I was
Oh my God.
mesmerized and I could not look beyond her. Yeah.
Okay. So the first time someone was starstruck by you, probably a fan, you realized, I'm a fan.
I was shooting for a film in Jamshedpur in 2013, and this very little boy came up to me and said, Bhaiya, I've seen you on Channel V and I've seen your ads and I'm a huge fan. Can I please get your autograph?
Wow.
I will never forget that. His name was Harish. And I will,
Oh, you
I will-
remember?
Yeah, I'll never forget him.
That's
Yeah.
so sweet. Okay, so the first thing you do after you wake up.
Check my phone. I know it's horrible, but that's what I do.
Yeah. Your first big splurge.
First big splurge meaning?
Like the first time you spent a lot of money on a really expensive thing.
Oh, I bought a
But
car
for
for
yourself.
myself.
Oh, okay. Great. The first film you remember really impacting you.
Wake Up Sid. I mean, of course, there are many films that have impact, but like impactful enough for me to want to change my life or
Yeah.
change something about my life was Wake Up Sid.
Ah, lovely. The first person you text when you are in trouble.
Depends on what kind of trouble.
Well,
Work trouble, it would be my manager. Anything with like publicity, it would be again, my PR person, Kasri. Anything with personal, I think I would text my sisters or my brother.
Okay.
Like when shit has really hit the roof, then I call my mom. I'm just
Okay.
like, Mom.
Only she can fix that. Yeah. And lastly, your first day on the sets of Dear Zindagi.
It was in Goa.
Yeah.
I was so excited. We were shooting the party sequence where Kiara, as in Alia, has a Kiara, I forgot. Kyra has a massive breakdown. We were shooting that, and I was just so happy to be there. Also, I love Gaurish and I love Alia Bhatt, and I love Lakshman sir, Lakshman Utekar, who was the DOP of the. Yeah, it was an incredible day.
Great. Well, on that note, thank you so much, Rohit.
Thank you
for
so
such
much.
a lovely
This was-
conversation.
Yes, this was great fun, and I really enjoyed that we had questions which were out of the ordinary. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Especially the last bit. It was really nice to go back and relive those memories. It was really
Yay,
nice.
thank you. And all the very best for all our upcoming projects. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, me too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, this is Rohit Saraf, and you're watching me with Titas on News 18 Showsha.